listen to Izzy Presley? Ooh, not if he was the last disc jockey on earth, honey.
Hey, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick fucker!
Body tight.
Oh, hey, helps if I unmute myself. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. I am Izzy Presley. I am the co-host of the great Metal Edge magazines and other effing podcasts, the premier hard rock podcast in all of podcasting. That is damn right. Great to see you, everybody. And before we get everything going here, I'm going to start this off properly because I did not do this last week because I was not drinking, but we're going to crack one for the working man. With the hard seltzer.
You're right.
Man.
Hey, I've got my ginger tea. So you know what? We're oh, but you win. You've got the Kiss mug, Jeremy.
Yeah, but look at Izzy's room. Look at all the cool Kiss shit he has back there.
And by the way, for those of you on YouTube, we had no idea we were all going to end up in Kiss t-shirts, but it just happened that way.
This shirt is so small that it shows off my man tits that I have to wear my my jacket to cover up my man tits.
I'm glad you said that because this Hot in the Shade jersey is so tight. I have to wear the Whiskey A Go-Go hoodie over it to cover up my man tits.
Nice.
So
I made it simple. I had surgery and fixed that problem.
man tits removed.
Smart man.
Chop that shit right out of there. Yeah.
Oh shit. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host from Metal Edge magazine himself, the one and only Paul Gargano. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Izzy.
And welcoming for the very first time. I love it when we have first timers on here.
First timers.
Founding member of Five Finger Death Punch, and he now has a band called Psycho Synner. And his name is Jeremy Spencer, a fellow Kiss geek. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Great to have you, Jeremy.
Glad to be here with you Kiss geeks as well.
we really are a bird of a feather. I swear to God.
I love it.
Yeah, it's you know what we've done. We'll have to have you back for one of the Kiss nerd shows that we do where we just dissect the albums. But we've had we just did an episode devoted to the 4 solo records.
Oh, all right. Everyone likes Peter's the least, unfortunately, but I'm a fan. I like all of it.
I love Peters, and that was one of the my big points of wanting to do that is to talk about the greatness of Peter Criss's solo album.
I love him. And, he was just doing what he loved, which was cool. He didn't try to make a Kiss record. I thought that was really ballsy.
Yeah.
And cool.
Right. Exactly. And my thing was like, look, if you take that Kiss logo off of it and just listen to it as a late 70s pop rock record, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah. I really liked it. I mean, I liked all of them, at least parts of all of them. I thought Gene started really strong, and I wanted it to continue on in that mold, and then it kind of went, took a left turn a little bit, but I dig it all, man. I think it's cool.
So we did do the 10 bell salute at the top of the show because of, even though it's not really metal related, it is music and concert related for everybody that passed away at the Astro World thing.
That was a crazy watching those news reports come in. That was just insane because we've all, and I mean, Jeremy, you've headlined some huge shows. It's just hard to fathom, especially growing up in metal, because I've even started a stage rush or 2 or 3. And it's like, it's a completely different world for us. We take for granted that we all kind of look out for each other, and it's organized chaos when you're at those metal shows, but it is just heartbreaking what happened there. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, anything live that goes live, that's scary. It's unfortunate and it's scary. I mean, we were over in Europe when the Paris attacks were happening, and that was scary.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of bands were pulling the plug and going home, and we decided to carry on and just increase our security. But I remember telling our light guy never put spotlights on us because we can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You get freaked out. I'm thinking I'm getting ready to play a drum solo. Now I'm a target. You know, it was my least favorite time on stage in my life.
Oh, wow.
Period. Yeah, it was scary, man.
Well,
No,
you know, the thing about it is too, it's like if you're on stage, you see more than security sees. And I know a lot of bands they're right on top of it. It's like, no, stop that right now. And it's amazing that did not happen.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's scary. Anything that goes down live, you can't control. I mean, you may be able to stop it or you may not, but it's all scary.
Right.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. There's just so many moving parts, and it's tragic. And I think there's going to be shockwaves through like our communities. Even I don't think this is going to start and stop with, you know, Travis Scott. I think there's going to be a lot that changes.
Yeah,
probably for the better. But I also feel like going to a lot of the festivals that we frequent, things are handled differently than they were at this show from what I've seen. You know, it's just, you know, crowds are divided when you have Metallica headlining. You know, they don't let everybody just surge forward in one mass. There's breaks and everything. So it's tragic, and, you know, your heart goes out to them, and it's part of our business. So,
yeah.
But enough of that. Not enough of that, but you know what I mean. That's not to harp on that. But Jeremy, I could start by asking you, what were you up to through COVID? But I think we got the answer last Friday, right?
Yeah. We just couldn't play anywhere. There was no place. We couldn't get on a tour. We couldn't do anything because of COVID. So we're like, let's just keep writing and recording. So about 5 days a week, we would just woodshed and lock ourselves away and write and record. And all of a sudden we have a shitload of material. And it's like, let's just keep going. There's no place to play. We can't do it. And we ended up with fucking 9 albums.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, last year on Richie Kotzen's birthday, he put out a record called 50 for 50, 50 brand new songs. It's like you guys are one-upping Richie Kotzen.
Yeah, I mean, that certainly wasn't the goal. Anyone that does that amount of work, hats off to him. That's a fuckload of work, man. I mean,
right?
If I would have known what the work was before we started, maybe we wouldn't have done 9 albums. You know, we just kept going. Yeah, and it just felt right, and it was never like, oh man, we have to record again. It was never like that because we weren't allowed to play shows, so we loved any band activity. So that was what we could do. So we did it.
I mean, I don't think people realize from a musician's perspective what a just complete mindfuck COVID was, because you're in this cycle of just, you're used to being on the road for a certain amount of time, and you were out of Five Finger for a while at that point, right? I mean, it's been a little bit, but it's like you get in this cycle of touring, making music, and then all of a sudden, even if you weren't going to tour, just being told that you can't tour just throws your whole life upside down. It's like, wait, what do you mean I can't? Like, even if I wanted to.
Yeah, and then once it was finally time to start touring again, it was so backlogged from everyone that had to cancel, so you couldn't even get on a tour. So that added to us going, well, let's just keep going. Right. Before you know it, we have a whole catalog of music.
So for those who don't know, last Friday, it was Friday, right? It was release day?
5th.
Yeah. So last Friday on November 5th, Psycho Synner released 9 full-length albums in one day. So you dropped them all at the same time. What decision-making process went into that?
I don't know, man. I was so over, let's put out one song and wait 2 months and then put out another song.
Yeah.
I miss records. Let's put out fucking a whole goddamn catalog of work and let's people judge that, you know, because they're going to judge everything. So cool. Mm-hmm. At least you get a vibe. Now you can listen to the whole thing.
So is this it? Was this, now you're like, now we could be Guns N' Roses and take 10 years to make another record because we just put 9 records out?
Man, I'm recording. I recorded today. I'm halfway done with the record. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, did you feel like, as you started, did you feel like the first music you recorded, by the time you got to the 9th album, did you feel like you were a different band?
Yeah.
Like, the evolution, do we see like 10 years of history and 9 records?
I think so. I mean, we even had some recordings out before what I consider our first record. I had a record out before for a limited time, and we had written it. Yeah, that one. And
that one.
We wrote and recorded that. We wrote and recorded that real fast and put it out, you know, with little to no promotion. And then I was like, and we kept writing. And then the song Devil from Hell happened. I'm like, damn, that would have been a better first introductory song than the previous stuff. So I just kind of started over. and released that as a single. It ended up going #1 in the secondary markets at radio. And
Oh, wow.
we had 3 consecutive #1s now. So it's slowly building. Even though we released a whole career's worth of music in one day, it's still slowly building.
So now you have to do a career's worth of marketing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Time to shift.
I'm like, Jeremy, do you want to do the Metal Edge podcast? Do I have a choice? I just put 9 records out.
No, I've always wanted to do this. I was hoping I was going to get to. So this is cool.
so that's now. Does a theme run through all 9 of them? Was there, or does each of them have a different vibe to it?
Yeah.
In your head, or what that thought process like?
Yeah, I never wanted to make the same record. I like bands that make different records. Like, I'm a huge fan of Bowie, and every record he'd scrap what was happened to the record before and did a whole new vibe. And same with Prince, he did that too. And I was big time influenced by that. Not that we sound or as good or any of that shit. I'm not trying to say that we're that. I'm just saying that with the influences, I like the way that they had different vibes every album, and you think, oh, I can't wait for Purple Rain too. And he's like, fuck you, I'll chop my hair and wear a weird blue suit and fucking psychedelic record. I love that shit.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what we're trying to do with, just different vibes on different records.
Well, it's funny you say that too. It's because one of the bands that kind of does that, which the music reminded me of, was kind of Ghosty, and Ghost is kind of that same thing. Every record they evolve and they change.
Yeah, I think it keeps everything fresh for the band and for the fans. I mean, some bands can release the same record over and over and it works well. AC/DC is a great example of that. Yep. We love what we know what we're going to get, and it kicks our ass every time. But there are certain bands that want to do different vibes, and Ghost is definitely one of those bands too. Yeah.
Where did the Grym Synner character come from? Because I wasn't sure if we were going to get Jeremy or Grym, or I don't know. Do you have to request Grym Synner? How long does it take to put all that makeup on?
Dude, we have it down to about 70 minutes now.
Oh, wow.
70 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I first started, it was 6 hours. I'm like, I can't fucking do this.
Jesus Christ.
So we figured a way. Go ahead.
So like when you are, when you're in character, is it a character? Because like when I interviewed David Brockie from Gwar, if you guys don't know, I mean, obviously you guys know, but like, if you're listening, you don't know, David Brockie played Odorous Arungus.
Yeah.
And when you interviewed Odorous, you got Odorous. When you interviewed Brockie, you got a very well-spoken, smart dude, So what's the difference between you and Grym Synner?
Well, I'm basically the same guy, but the prosthetic and airbrush is on there. But I'm a smart ass in costume or not. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Really quick, Scotty from Canada's checking in, and holy crap, nine records. Scotty, do me a favor. Would you message Lori, because I think he blocked me on Facebook, and let him know that we're live. So that'd be great.
Why did you get blocked?
I don't know. I think it was an accident. I think it was.
I'm betting it wasn't.
I was on the plane back from Nashville, and I signed up for the internet so I could listen to the hockey game, but it sucked so bad on the Southwest flight that I couldn't listen to the hockey game. I couldn't even post the picture of all my bags of snacks. The trick to keep your mask off on the plane. You just keep eating. And so, so we landed, all of a sudden, boom, I got messages from Lori. I tried to respond, all of a sudden, boom, not available. I think he blocked me.
Damn.
Andy Gould and I were flying to Cincinnati, and we did the same thing you did, except we did it with gin and tonics. And the pilot actually, at the end of the flight, had to come out to find out who drank all the gin and tonics on the entire Delta airline.
Nice.
We're like, that was us.
You didn't tell me Arthur was on the plane.
You didn't tell me Arthur was on
Man, during the Death Punch days, we were flying on a Southwest flight, and one of our friends worked for Southwest. So he let his coworkers know, and they let us pretty much do whatever we wanted. They let us have unlimited free drinks, and like our bass player was walking and serving drinks to the customers on the on the plane.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it was. I woke up in Missouri, passed out from that flight. It was mangled. It was fucking brutal, but it was so incredible that we got to do that.
Izzy, do you watch Dark Side of the Ring? I don't think I've ever asked you that.
I haven't seen a lot of the newer ones, but
okay.
season 1.
There's one about a WWE Flight.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw
that one was yeah. Do you know what we're talking about, Jeremy? Are you a wrestling fan at all?
Not really.
There was a flight from a big WWF event in the UK, and it had like Ric Flair. All the big wrestlers were there, and they chartered a plane back, and it got stuck on the runway. And apparently, they went through like 4 carts of alcohol because they were stuck on the runway. They just kept bringing more alcohol, and it got bad. Like it was like really bad. Like stuff that if happened today, the WWE would get shut down. Like it was that bad what happened on the plane. Like Ric Flair like took his clothes off and was going after the stewardess. Yeah, it was like really bad things.
Yeah,
or I should say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I've experienced some stuff like that a time or two on those flights.
It's like, oh my God. But so what is do you write as a band with this, or is it mostly you? Is it you and Sean? Like what's the process?
Yeah, it's Sean and I. It's we're the writers. We work really well together. It just feels real comfortable, and we kind of speak each other's musical language, man. It's one of those things where it just lined up good for us, and it's a lot of fun. I never don't want to not write music. I always want to do it.
And you guys go back. Sean goes back to, for those people that don't know, it's Sean McGee. He produced your records, right? So he's you collaborate with him on all this stuff.
Everything.
Yeah. Shameless plug. Sean also did the Drowning Pool record that'll be coming out next year. It was fantastic producer.
When's it coming out? When's it happening?
The label announcement is basically happening imminently, and everything got slowed down because of COVID, but it's going to be spring. It'll end up being spring because we have to do it. We got to coordinate with touring. Can't put a record out and not tour today. It's just,
we'll have fucking 12 albums out by then.
you'll have another, by the time the Drowning Pool record comes out, you should be up to album 18. Yeah.
That's for sure. Yeah.
We're looking new music in January is what we're hoping for. So the new music, first song will be out in January. But yeah, Sean's phenomenal. Sean just did an amazing job. How'd you initially get hooked up with Sean?
I met Sean during the Death Punch days. He was working at the Hideout, Kevin Churko's studio, and he did some engineering and editing work on some of the records. So that's how I met him. I've known him for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, because I know he was working when the Drowning Pool thing started. You were already working together with him, so it was yes, that goes back. Although it seems like 5 or 6 years since that whole Drowning Pool thing started, but
it seems a long time to me. I remember because it was right when that was happening. Whenever I started working with Sean, so I'm excited for Drowning Pool to get their record out too. It's a really solid record. It sounds great, man.
Well, they did a different. The approach was, rather than take a bunch of demos to people, we wanted to make the record we were happy with and shop the record. So that was the first thing, and then Universal loved it. They were like, "We're in." And as you know all too well, like once you get record labels, you start the lawyer process, going through the contracts and everything. It's okay. We're going to have your paperwork this week. 3 weeks later, oh no, something came up. And especially when you're dealing with majors, because, anytime Post Malone does anything, that runs to the top of the lawyer's priority list. So it's like, and it's just one thing leads to another. And a year later, you're still waiting for the final paperwork to be finished. But it's, we're getting there. And then COVID happened. So
they hate the record by the time it comes out.
Yeah, the band's just like over it.
Fuck, do we have to play songs off that fucking thing? Yeah.
So the record's like 6 years old when it's released, but yeah. So you did your first live show, right? That was recently also?
Yeah, we did. It was just a party in Vegas, but it was cool. There was probably 50 people watching. So it was nice. Cool. Yeah, it was fun. We did a live stream show last year, and there was like 7 people that worked at that facility there. So we'd finish a song and the janitor would fucking go, we get to act like it's a fucking, the Forum, man. Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're in full prosthetics and paint and made up. And you're like, it took me 6 hours to look like this. And the janitor's golf clapping.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but I didn't really like that much. So this was like our first real interaction with people, and that was received well. It was fun.
Nice. Was the janitor there at the live show at least?
He wasn't. I was a little disappointed because I thought we made a fan that night. I guess not.
He's still saving up money to buy 10 records. That's it.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Is vinyl available, or did you guys get stuck in this whole Adele 500,000 copies of vinyl? Nobody else can get vinyl backlash.
Yes, we got fucked. Well, I won't have it till February, but it's being printed now.
Yeah. Oh, you're actually getting printed now.
Yeah, it's being printed now.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I've approved all the testing copies and all that shit, so it's happening. And the CDs are available now, and obviously digital downloads and shit. But vinyl's coming in February.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's crazy how that happened, because again, like, we just think of COVID, we don't realize like supply chains and everything. And apparently certain color vinyls are harder to come by now than others too.
Yeah, he told me if I wanted color vinyl, I had to wait 8 more months. I'm like, no,
holy shit.
Yeah. That's another, quite frankly, honestly, that's another problem with the drowning pool situation. The label wants to put vinyl out at the same time, so we've got to wait to be able to get the vinyl slotted in to be able to get the record out simultaneously.
They better get on that now. Yeah.
It's nuts. It's just the whole thing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I wake up every day and go, yeah, I wanted to be a band manager. This is fun.
Yeah, cool. Can I get started, please? Fuck. But you have to field calls from them, and you're the head of the complaint department on the fact that the record's not out. You're like, God damn, I'm trying.
Please. Do you know Mike, the drummer?
Yeah.
Oh God. He's every day. How close are we?
Oh, poor guy. Fuck. I mean, I feel for him, man. I get it, but that's why I do my own label. I fucking hate waiting.
I hate waiting.
Yeah.
How'd you find the guys in the band? So Sean's in the band, right?
Yeah, he found the rest of the guys. He knew those guys, and they worked out well. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you don't really know what you're going to get when somebody goes, yeah, I know a guy, and then they came in and kicked ass. So it's working out.
Nice. What is he?
Oh no.
Is he? You did a costume change? You're like the chair of hosting?
Well, that fucking that jacket was kind of warm. So I put on my Ford work shirt from when I was a prep rat.
Is that is Mark St. John on your shirt?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's Crazy Nights.
Oh, okay. Crazy Nights. Yeah, I can't really see. All right, now I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to get sidetracked.
No. It's all good. I don't go back that. I mean, my shirts don't go back that far, I should say.
Anytime I see Kiss stuff, I'm all, what do you got, man? I fucking ace thing. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, it's like I saw people in public. I saw this gal. She was probably 25, wearing like an Animalized tour fucking, the jersey tee, and it looked old. I'm like, where did you get that? It's like, oh, it's my dad's.
Yeah, I was about to say, probably,
all 10. Fuck you.
Probably worth $400. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And she stole it from her dad, who's younger than we are. Yeah. Totally.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah.
What was your update? Lori unblocked me. So, all right. Yay.
You're back, man.
Lori is back.
Why don't you ask her why you were blocked?
He's a dude.
Oh, it's a dude. Okay.
He's Australian,
Okay.
Maybe a kangaroo punched him or something. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Kangaroo did it, yeah.
Kangaroo. Blame it on the ruse.
All right, so we're falling down the Kiss rabbit hole here. What were you gonna ask?
Oh, what was your first Kiss show? What tour?
Hot in the Shade.
Hot in the Shade. Okay. What about you, Paul?
Hot in the Shade. Mine was Crazy Nights.
Okay.
Ted Nugent opening, New Haven Coliseum.
Nice. Mine was Asylum. Asylum.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Fucking Mike.
You just Izzy's gonna put the video on pause to go touch himself, and then he'll come back.
Because there is no doubt about it. Bottom line, best non-makeup record is fucking Asylum, top to bottom.
Yeah, even more than Revenge, huh?
Oh yeah.
I like it better too. A lot of people say Revenge, but I like Asylum.
Oh, dude, Asylum to me, that's Bruce's coming out party. They always wanted the Van Halen sound, and that is Bruce being Eddie, top to bottom.
They killed it. I loved it. Yeah, I mean I felt for them because they were trying to fit in with the fashion, and it maybe wasn't as kind to them as it was some of the other bands. But I still love the record, and I was there, and King Cobra opened for them.
Oh, and, wow.
I saw Mick Sway get hit with a whiskey bottle on his eye that night in Evansville, Indiana.
Holy shit.
You didn't throw it.
I did not throw it. I was later roommates with Mick when I first moved to Hollywood, and I remember bringing it up to him. He's like, fuck, you were there? He's like, you didn't throw it, did you? I'm like, no.
You're like, I did not. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. It's my whole plan is coming together. Now I'm living here. I threw the bottle at you, and now I'm here.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna have to go back and give Asylum another because I don't dislike it. I just don't love it as much as everybody else does. I'm one of those non-makeup guys that says Revenge. That's my.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny because I can take this to the grave, but I was the guy that convinced Eddie Trunk that Asylum is the greatest fucking Kiss non-makeup record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and he's forgotten about that now when he tells that story. He doesn't throw, oh, my good buddy Izzy Presley. At the first, it was in the story. Now it's not in the story anymore because,
So who does he attribute it to now?
He doesn't.
Oh, he just says it's the best.
Yeah.
He discovered it.
He discovered it. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but Eddie also loves the Unmasked album. So
yeah.
I love Is That You? I think that's a cool song, but that record bummed me out a little bit. Yeah, I was like, even as a kid, I was like, something's not right, man. This is not right.
To quote Eddie, it's a great power pop record. Yeah, but Kiss aren't a power pop band.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and they weren't a concept album band either.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trolling Kiss fans, especially on the Three Sides of the Coin group page. I don't know if you're familiar with Three Sides of the Coin or not, Jeremy.
Yeah.
But there's this picture and it looked like the Unmasked doors and it opened up to a toilet. And I just put it up and go, quit pretending you like The Elder. It is not good. Stop pretending.
I never liked
it. Dude, it's my favorite Kiss record. Bullshit. You're lying. You're all lying.
Even if you're high, you're lying. Like that's
Yeah, I did that album didn't work.
You know what I just got to shift topic here? I just got all the Badlands albums.
Really?
And I've been soaking on those again. I love those. I fucking love that band. I love Ray Gillen, man. Awesome.
So there were you said all of. I'm aware of two. Was there a third one I don't know about?
There's a third one called Dusk.
Dusk. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I knew there were the first two. Okay.
Dusk is the only one available on Spotify. The Atlantic records aren't on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's why I had to buy the CDs and fucking rip them just to get the songs.
Oh wow!
Because the vinyl's $300. It's out of print.
Yep. Yeah, I think it all goes to Ray Gillen's estate.
Really?
I believe is what holding everything back on that.
Wow!
They need to bring that shit out, and people need to hear it, man. It's awesome.
Oh, it's so good. Now, do you know? Jake was in Badlands. Yes. Yeah. Do you know Jake? Because Jake's in Vegas now. That's why I was having a senior moment there. Jake's in Vegas, right?
I played on 3 songs on his first
awesome
Red Dragon Cartel record.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a great record.
Yeah, I played on that.
Nice.
That's really cool. So you know him obviously.
I do.
Yeah.
And when I met him, I'm like, dude, my favorite record is Voodoo Highway, and he was blown away because everyone always says the first Badlands.
Yeah.
Right? But nobody ever mentions Voodoo Highway, and Voodoo Highway to me is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I love that one. I didn't even realize. You know what? I didn't even realize there was a third one. That's pretty. When did that one come out? Was it not long? Was it like pretty soon after Voodoo Highway?
No, I think it was about 95, maybe.
Okay.
So, I mean, he passed on when 93, 94.
Okay, so it was posthumous. It was after. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it was a completed thing or because it didn't sound like in the first two at all to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
Way different. Yeah.
Way different. All right.
Yeah.
I thought I heard a rumor somewhere they were talking about that on vinyl, but that might have been just a rumor. But
well, if they want to get it printed now, they better get started.
They better get started. If they want to get it printed by 2024, they should get on the ball here. Yeah, exactly.
Who's their contact over there, Paul? We need to get on them.
Yeah.
Paige Paige Gregory checking in the chat room says Jeremy is a badass. I love his work ethic. Can I have some of that work ethic, please? I need that.
Yeah.
And Jacobus is in the house. Please have pants on. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like there's a story there. We don't know.
It's just Jacobus.
Have to have pants. I mean, why? Why
it's
pants?
Jacobus. He's probably jerked off 4 times already in the 5 minutes he's been here.
Well,
it's just Jacobus.
Wait, we're supposed to be wearing pants on Zoom?
Yeah.
I just thought Kiss shirt. Rest was optional.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm totally naked, man.
Going back sort of to topic.
Jeremy's prosthetic from the waist down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why it looks so better than normal. Yeah.
So when you got the band, are they all Vegas guys?
Yeah. Everyone's in Vegas.
Okay.
It makes it convenient.
Yeah, right.
Rather than, hey man, when are you coming back from Canada? You need to rehearse.
Right.
How long was this brewing in your head? So you obviously there's a concept behind it. You've got the character. I mean, is Grym something that has been percolating in your head as far back as the Five Finger days? Was it something that just kind of like came to you? What was that whole?
Yeah, it was different at first. I was making different types of music. It was more new wave, like dark new wave. I was always a fan of that stuff too. But when I started adding guitars, it was like, okay, I missed the band thing and I missed it getting heavy and, more sinister. So then I'm like, let's fucking put a band together, dude.
Yeah.
So then it just started taking on a life of its own at that point.
Right.
And now it's where it is, 9 records later, but it started way different. It was more like 80s new wave.
Wow.
Was it tough for you to jump out from behind the kit and stand behind the mic?
No, I actually like it. I mean, I've always been a shit talker, and I feel real comfortable talking shit to many people. It's fine. So I'll just put a mic in my hand and it's the same thing. It's fine.
I always joke, never give a drummer a microphone.
Yeah. In my case, it's probably a safe bet. You shouldn't, because I'm going to say something that's going to offend someone, man. It's like we're living in the fucking 50s again. It's awful.
You are absolutely right on that. Yes, it's people need to thicken their skin a little bit, for sure.
They do. It stems to their parents need to start beating their ass again instead of oh, you can't touch your kid or you'll fucking they'll take your kid away from you. Like fuck that. Smack
and here's a participation trophy for striking out every time you came at bat in 12 Little League games.
Exactly. There's nothing like training your kid to fucking fail right out of the gate. Nice. That's good. Good parenting.
Buddy Christ agrees.
Yes, I like it.
So where'd the idea of Grym come from? Where'd that?
You know what? It was just because I had the look. I had the devil persona, and I was like, what should I name this guy? And I experimented with other names that didn't quite fit. It just didn't seem to work with the music. And so I don't know. I stumbled upon Grym somehow, and I was like, that's cool. That's kind of cool. It sounds like a character. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of went with that and then spelled it with a Y because I wanted to do Synner as a Y and not make it so predictable. So that's kind of how it's really not a huge fucking story behind it, but it happened kind of fast.
No, that's cool. It's such a cool. It's good that visual element just adds so much to it, because as much as people, I think that's part of the thing that made the 80s so much fun. You're listening with your eyes before you listen with your ears, and you go, oh, that like you look at the Poison album cover and go, those are great looking girls, and then you hear it and you go, what? It's like It's like that visual element. Just we need more of that.
I agree, man. It's missing, and I think that fun needs to be brought back and some elements of danger. It's all in good fun, man. I mean, people are going to get offended. People are going to get whatever. That's fine. But I want to leave a show going, holy fuck, did you see what they did? To be as close to Kiss as possible, even though it's almost impossible to be Kiss unless you have their fucking money,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so what's the live element? What's the live element like? What do you bring on the live front?
Well, the first thing I did at this show that we just played was I came out and breathed fire right out of the gate. So
nice.
I'm trying to do Kiss,
making it. Yeah, you are trying to be Kiss. I was just saying, dude, you're in Vegas. Eric Singer's in Vegas. You could cut a fucking cord, and then you could be in Kiss. Slices Achilles or something. You'll never be the same again.
You know what? I don't think I want to be in Kiss. I love them, and I want to keep that fantasy really nice. So I don't want to go through and be disappointed. Because I know the reality of bands once you get inside of it.
Right.
I just had a complete. Because I looked up and I saw the football game over the computer screen, and I just had a complete because I saw that.
Steelers killing them.
I can't see that far. Chicago just scored.
Oh, okay.
which I needed for fantasy points because I'm playing the Pittsburgh defense and I can't afford a shutout. So now that they scored, I'm fine.
Who's your team in real life?
In real life, the Packers.
Okay.
But I've completely. I'll literally cheer for anyone but Aaron Rodgers right now. And that was before. This was before the whole lying about being vaccinated thing. I'm at my wit's end with him. But I'm a Packer guy. I went to college in Wisconsin, so I covered the Packers, and that's my rationale. But I'm not really. I don't have like blind allegiance in sports. I really don't. I kind of like respect all the teams, and I felt bad for Izzy when the Vikings lost this weekend. Mostly because he told me they were gonna, and I told him to not be so negative, and then he was right. So then I couldn't rub it in his face that he was wrong. So I was like, damn it.
They're not having a good struck of luck this year, man. I like my team's the Cardinals, and I'm not a bandwagoner. I've been with them since they were in St. Louis when I was a kid, but like they've sucked my whole life. So I'm finally like, yes, I'm enjoying this fucking year. I'll take it. But when they beat the Vikings, that was luck, and it must have broken your heart. It was
dude, it's Vikings luck. It's Viking. I'm going to show you something. Keep going. I'm going to show you something.
Are you going to change again, Izzy?
No.
See, you're not wearing pants either. What the hell, man?
This is why people need to watch on YouTube. You can see Izzy without pants.
Yep.
So my buddy Dan, he was on this show talking about this book before. This is called History of Heartbreak. The top 100 most heartbreaking things in the history of Minnesota sports. We are used to it. We know it's coming.
And are 99 of them Vikings?
No, come on. Losing the North Stars, almost losing the Timberwolves, which I wouldn't have cared if they win anyways. But
is the Jim Marshall touchdown the wrong way in there?
Of course. Then you got wide left. Then you got wide right. Then you got Darren Nelson dropping the ball on the fucking goal line. The list goes on and on and on.
Did the Vikings, they won it once, though, didn't they, in the 70s, or did they never win it?
They went to 4 and lost them all.
God damn. Yeah. It's tough, man.
Yep.
You're
sort of sports.
You're due for one. I'm due for one, man. Fucking Cardinals have stuck forever, and finally they're good.
I don't care if the Vikings ever win, as long as the fucking Wild win a Stanley Cup, I'll be happy.
Do you think that can happen?
No, because it's a Minnesota sports team. We'll lose them before they win a Stanley Cup.
And then they'll win a Stanley Cup.
Oh, shit.
It happened with Dallas. They left.
Man.
They went to Dallas. They won a Stanley Cup.
Damn.
What is that? Okay, sorry. Aaron Rodgers could rejoin team as early as Saturday.
Who do they play? Oh, they play the Seahawks.
Is that Saturday? I don't even know who they play Saturday, to be honest with you.
Seahawks. I think it's Sunday, but he probably can rejoin the team.
He can rejoin the team as early as Saturday. Yeah. What a good time. So I got to bring this up because I've like on your Instagram feed, you always have your like t-shirts of the day, like today's t-shirt. And this was a complete fluke. All three of us wearing Kiss shirts. Yeah. You have the only one, the only makeup shirt. So you score more points than we do. How many concert shirts do you have? Like, is it just an endless?
I've got to be pushing probably 300. I have a lot. Like, it's filling my closet good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you get to a point where you're like, because I get to this like twice a year, like every 6 months or so, I go, it's time to like filter through the shirts and just get rid of a bunch because you can't do it.
Not the concert shirts, but I will tell you something that really describes how fucking nuts I am. I alphabetize the shirts. I have the little fucking thing on the clothing rack.
Oh, of course.
The letter.
Oh, you hang them. So all your t-shirts are hung?
They're all hung. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I have mine folded. They're folded. They're in like cubes. They're in like the vinyl cubes, almost like you see like people store vinyl in.
Yeah.
And I've got them sorted by genre. So I know like all the 80s bands are right here.
Yeah.
Like this stack is all like metal, like Slayer, Motorhead stuff like. Then this one's more like new metal. Like I've got them actually sorted by genre.
That's cool.
So I thought I was bad. But alphabetizing the whole t-shirt, wow.
I know that's a disorder for sure. But I got tired of like, where the fuck is that shirt, man?
Wow.
Hey,
so
the only thing I have hung is me. Okay, all right. Hey.
Dude, you just rolled over there. I saw what you were fucking packing. That ain't that all that.
There was shrinkage.
The shrinkage. It was cold. Cold. That's so like if anyone ever wanted to drive you crazy, you could just like take a Kiss and put it like after Slipknot.
Oh yeah, I would lose it. Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah.
So go ahead, Paul. You had something to say.
No, I was gonna say, do you collect the vintage ones, or are you more do you have a preference? Because I have a hard time finding the vintage ones because I'm an XL, but back then the XLs are like mediums now, so it's like you end up like this. Yeah.
Well, and if you buy one vintage one, it's just shrinks naturally over time. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I buy new shit.
That's. I'm at the point. I only wanted vintage for the longest time, and now same thing happened with vinyl. I was like all about I want the original pressings, and now I'm getting to the point where I'm like, oh, they're reissuing that. Great, I'm buying it. That's now I'm like I'm past that.
Yeah, I try to find the original pressings if I can though. Or at least a pressing close to the original pressing. I'd rather have that than the 180 gram, reprint. Fuck that. Give me the original one, dude.
I just want it on vinyl. I don't even care.
Yeah.
But if I have to buy an old vintage thing, I will. But I just want it in good condition, and
well, I'll tell you what. Going to that, it's like I was really surprised. So I was working at Universal on a temp gig when they were doing the Kiss crate, wherever the fuck that thing was, with it was like the road case.
Oh yeah.
And they put all the original records in there, the new issues of them, with all the original artwork, all the stickers, all the inserts, and all that stuff. And I was thinking to myself, it's like, dude, none of us old fuckers are going to want to buy this because we already have all of this.
Yeah.
And I was wrong.
Oh,
everybody bought it.
Yeah. Dude, I keep rebuying shit. Oh, it's a picture disc or this. Yeah. Why? I have 9 copies of the fucking thing. Why do I need that?
The color variants now are the sucker's bet for me because I'm like, oh, wait, I don't have that Slayer vinyl on. I have the marble version. I don't have the half and half version.
I don't have the Star Truth fucking Hell Awaits. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Paul, does that mean to tell me that you've ordered all 5 colors of the Peter Criss reissues that are coming out?
I have not. No, I have not. I will, but that doesn't mean I won't end up with all of them. But I don't have. Yesterday's package of vinyl that arrived in the mail was the Grinch soundtrack on vinyl and the Cyndi Lauper Christmas record.
No way, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's so. I've got it's. I mean, I think I told you, Jeremy. I mean, like I've got because your album, the Psychosexual record. It's literally right after Pretty Boy Floyd in my vinyl collection.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's an honor to be next to Pretty Boy Floyd. That's cool.
It's right after Pretty Boy Floyd.
Well, you'll be getting 9 more records as soon as I get them back from the fucking pressing plant.
Note to self: call IKEA and order a new vinyl rack for Jeremy's albums.
You totally submit an invoice. I'm going to need to get reimbursed for this, dude.
Jeremy, how was it for you when you came out of Five Finger, going from, I mean, Five Finger's a pretty big fucking band.
Yeah.
Going from those crowds, then all of a sudden thinking, hey, I've got the name Five Finger Death Punch behind me. I'm going to draw a crowd too. Then you don't. How was that for you?
I don't know because we haven't really tested it yet, but I'm not delusional. I don't think I'm going to draw 15,000 people,
Right.
It remains to be seen. I always like playing little clubs and I like playing big. I like all of it, so I just can't wait to experience it in a different role. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's no pressure. It's my thing. I'm answering to myself. Like it's not a huge thing that a bunch of people are depending on. It's not it's not a big entity like Death Punch was. So it's just something, the next chapter. And I got to experience Death Punch and it was awesome. It was everything like you hoped it would be and nothing like you thought it would be, all wrapped into one, so it was cool, man. I wouldn't change any of it.
Have you thought about tours yet? Do you know what you're going to be doing? Is there anything on the books? Or
yeah, we're booking for late January right now.
Are you headlining or are you looking for support? You're headlining? Okay.
Headlining first, yeah. And then whatever happens after that, I'm sure I'll be opening. But we're going to try to play any place that'll have us. You know, we have to go earn our stripes as a live band, just like everyone else. So
That's awesome.
I can't wait to get going, man. Now that we've done the recording part.
Yep.
How many shows into the tour putting on that makeup every night? Are you still
the first one?
That? I was like,
First
Where you're gonna be like,
I do?
Yeah. Believe me, even in Death Punch, I fucking painted myself into a corner because I was wearing fucking paint and costumes and shit then too. And I'm like, even like my Zoltan was like, you fucked yourself by doing that. You realize? I'm like, I know, damn it. I just want to be in Kiss, man.
Yeah, see, that's why I have an Ace Frehley tribute band. But I don't have to wear the makeup because we do 80s shit. So it's perfect.
Nice. Perfect, man. That's great.
Ace Frehley, Ace. You still should come out, Joe. You should have the makeup on at some point.
Maybe. I'd like to. I'd like to, but I would have to do it, and I would have to have the Hotter Than Hell Ace outfit, because to me that's the coolest one, even though it looks like a bent over traffic sign or yeah.
But keep your hair like that, so it really fucks with people. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So if you're going, it's going to be clubs. You're going to be able to breathe fire. You're going to do all that stuff. I mean, is it going to be that full?
I'm going to try to do it until I can't get away with it anymore. And then I'll, because, you have to have a permit. So I'll just go, fuck, you do? I'll just play stupid.
Play stupid. Izzy, cut this part out of the tape.
Dude, it's great. So I was working at the Monsters on the Mountain up in Pigeon Forge. And one of the guys that was there, his name is Randy Hansen. He's a old school Hendrix tribute. He's been doing it since the 70s, right? And he was playing outside on our stage where we were doing karaoke and DJing and just having fun and shit. And I'm like, so you gonna light the guitar on fire? He's like, fuck yeah, I'll do it. I'll light mine on fire. Like, he's like, it doesn't hurt it. You flip it over, you do it on the back, and it makes it look cool. You can do it like 20 times. It doesn't hurt anything. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go in and tell Larry, the boss, I'm like, he's gonna do it. He's like, awesome. Wait, we don't have a fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah,
you can't do it. So we're out there, and Larry goes and talks to the people that were running the event center and we were having it, and they go, shit, we're outside, burn the fucking stage down if you want. It's like, all right, kick ass. God bless Tennessee.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tennessee. So one of the going back to the Kiss thing, so you did, if you buy all 9 records,
yep,
right, you get the cover EP.
Yes, you get that as a bonus for free.
The one that, yes. So what were some of the songs you did on that? Because that was, I remember hearing a few of them a ways back, and there was some really cool stuff on there.
Yeah, we did Watching You,
nice.
Hotter Than Hell, and we did Gonna Get Close to You by Queensryche and Lisa Del Bello. We did David Bowie, Love You Till Tuesday off his first record, which is really a strange, cool fucking warp song lyrically. We did Every Breath You Take, but did it really minor and dark and weird. And Sex Type Thing by STP.
Okay.
Nice.
So Typo Negative, Love You to Death.
I was about to say there was a typo on there too, right? Yeah.
So are those songs only available if you order all 9, or is those going to be streaming as well?
No, only if you buy all the records.
I love it.
Yeah. Gotta do something to get people to care.
I'll cheers to that.
You'll cheers to that. Oh, come on, Izzy. You'll cheers to anything.
Good. That's the spirit. I'll drink coffee.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tea to that. Oh shit! Which reminded me. Oh well, it's too late now. Sorry. All right. But so what if people could? Because 9 records is a lot. If people could start somewhere, where should they start with Psycho Synner? Like what album should they go to first, just to give them the best
representation? I would say go with Unholy Hymns for the Children.
Okay.
Start there and then work your way forward.
Which one was that? It's sequentially.
I consider that the first record.
Oh, that's the first one. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, so start at the beginning. Definitely start at the beginning. Okay.
Start at the beginning. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you recommend? Candles, dark lit rooms. What's
you got to get a Parker Brothers Ouija board and
yes.
Nice. I mean, are they numbered? So you know which one comes first?
No,
Or-
actually, and Spotify doesn't have them in the right order. So it's just like, I guess just hit play and fucking figure it out.
Just figure it out. Just figure out what turns you on the most.
Yep. There's bound to be something in there that you like. There's 94 songs.
There's 94 songs. If you can't find something, you're deaf. Yeah, exactly. So how do you whittle 94 songs down to a set list?
It's great. You just pick all the up tempo shit, and up tempo always works live, man. Just energy. And unless you have a hit that's a ballad, then you can throw that in there. But it makes it easy. I think it's great. It's like, okay, pick the fucking best 3 rockers off each record, or best 2, whatever.
Even the best 3 rockers off every record puts you in like a Paul McCartney set length, because you're 27
Bruce
songs.
Yeah, people
right.
fucking, look out there, they're fucking falling asleep and shit. Yeah.
Next up, the river.
Yep. We're just getting started, man. I know it's song 27.
We only got 73 more to go, and then we'll get through the whole catalog. Yeah.
All right. I want to see you fuckers circle up on this one.
That would be awesome. Just to do just like over the course of just do all 9 albums in a row.
Ooh. Yeah.
Well, it would have to be 9 nights. It would have to be 9 nights.
9 nights. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, if like at one time, that's fucking brutal. But
no.
If you're trying to set some kind of world record, maybe for performing,
did you set a record putting out 10 records in one day?
It's unofficial. It's unofficial, but yes, because Guinness won't certify it because they say it's hard to say what a song is. They say it's subjective, and I'm like, but hold on, these charted. They were like on the radio.
Yeah.
How is it not a fucking song? I just think they don't like me, or they didn't like the name of the band or something, but whatever. It's an unofficial world record. I've never heard of anyone that's released 9 records in one day ever.
No. Yep. I mean, Kiss might have done 9 reissues in a day.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. This is all this is first time shit.
No, it's tremendous.
I believe Gene Simmons would have something to say about that. I believe they would count.
It would count.
It would
I should go fuck myself. I know. It's Gene.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lori has showed up in the chat room. He says, hello to all. Let's all block Izzy. Good job, Lori.
All right.
Good job.
Right. Apparently some of us already have. Hey, I actually was in Izzy's neighborhood today, which doesn't happen very often. Like going to the valley. Going to the valley is a trip for me.
I was getting my pre-show nap in and told him to go the fuck away.
That's pretty much exactly what he said.
Yeah. You want me to swing over?
Located?
No.
Where do you live?
Swing over, drop off your dwarf book.
Yeah, I'm in beautiful downtown Burbank.
Burbank. Okay, I lived there for a while.
Yep.
Nice place.
Yep.
No, I love it over here. I love it. It's great. It's absolutely great.
Right.
Paul, you had something else you were going to bring up too.
Did I?
I think so. You were in the middle of something. I went to the chat room and started talking about Lori.
Oh. Well, couldn't have been that important.
He lost
Couldn't have been that important, right? Lost it. Oh no, I was. What I wanted to ask about was the artwork. Because the artwork's really cool. I like it. It's got like that it's got like that vintage feel to it.
Yeah.
Like what inspired the artwork? Were there, as you were going through were the records, and I feel like I know the answer to this question because I just was in contact with Sean enough while you were doing Sean McGee enough while you were doing it. We'd be like, oh, we're working on album number 4. And I'm like, what are you going to do with the first 3? We're just doing album number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
He's already got material for number 5. And I'm going, okay. Did you know, as you made the records, did you thematically know what direction each was going to be in as you were going? And so the artwork kind of just came naturally.
Yeah. And I would hire different artists. Sometimes one artist wouldn't quite cut it. So then I'd have to hire somebody else. But for the most part, whoever I went with first nailed it. So I was pretty fortunate there. And I think the artwork turned out really cool.
Did you have a wish list of artists, or was it just people you were turned on to? How'd that come about? Because it's really cool. It reminds me of like that, a lot of that, like the older, like 70s metal stuff where those really cool, classic looking covers.
There were a couple people I tried to get that I couldn't get because they're just too busy. But most of the people were cool and they were available. I just hit them up on Instagram or whatever and start a dialogue, and then they would end up nailing it. So it worked out good.
And unrelated, but I wanted to ask this before and I got distracted. What do you play on the records? So do you drum on all the records, or?
Not on all of them. I drum on some. all the vocals and lyrics. That's my department. So yeah, I do help Sean with some of the music, but he comes up with the tracks. You know, he's really fast and just seems to fit. It's a good fit, very natural.
Being a drummer, is it tough for you not to want to jump in and throw your 2 cents in? Like, no, this.
Yeah, of course, sometimes, but it just seems to work out. Everyone's to a level to where I'm okay with it, you know, releasing some of the control instead of hovering over and going, what are you doing with that kick drum pattern? You know what I mean? I'm not like, I wouldn't want anyone doing that to me, man. So I don't do that.
Right.
It's probably pretty liberating too, just to not have to, that's not what you're worrying about. That's not your headache, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. Like being in the previous band, it was very busy drumming wise, and it had to work with the rhythm guitars. And this is more space, more breathing room. It's just more straight ahead groove rock than fast double bass shit. So the drums aren't maybe as technical in this as they were in the past.
What do you think it is in your case? I mean, there's quite a few drummers who've gone on to be highly successful frontmen. I mean, obviously Dave Grohl's the huge one that jumps to mind, but like Sully Erna used to be a drummer. Even Todd LaTorre, who's the new singer in Queensryche, used to be a drummer. It's like you now. I mean, what is it? Do you think that what is it about drummers that tends to make them? You don't see it a lot with guitar players. You don't see a guitar player come in like and have that kind of success. You know, like even when like Richie Sambora left Bon Jovi, put out the solo record, it really didn't go over as well as he probably hoped it would. What is it about drummers that makes them prone to be able to make that transition?
Because we're lords.
Shit.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I mean, Phil Collins stepped up. He killed it. I mean, he's a badass drummer too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I totally forgot about Phil Collins. Don Henley's another one.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Karen Carpenter too, man. I mean, seriously.
Did Don Henley write Susu Studio? No, he did not.
He did not make up that word. No, he did not. But he did write Dirty Laundry, and that's fucking cool.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah. That could be a Psycho Synner song.
Could be. I usually try to go towards more stalking.
It's
got to be more stalking lyrically.
I'm a big supporter of stalking.
I'm a huge fan of it. Yeah.
Well, I got a stack of lyrics for you.
Okay, good.
I thought you were going to say you had a stack of restraining orders. That you said you were a fan of stalking also.
It's like that great line from Scrubs. Yes, I know what a restraining order is. You act like I've never dated.
That's good fit.
I might have to watch Scrubs. Never watched that one.
Oh, it's great.
Never watched that one.
I watched it. That was pretty good.
Was it good?
Yeah.
I'm always looking for good sitcoms. That's like
Jeremy was the janitor that was watching at the stream. Was that the janitor from Scrubs?
Okay, it was. Yeah.
Dr. Jan E. Tor. Yes.
Yeah.
Jan E. Tor. All right. I'm trying to think. Izzy, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I did want to touch on Five Finger a little bit. I mean, you were a very important part of that band. Five Finger, being as big as they are, of course, they're going to get the haters. And there's a lot of people that refer to them as the Nickelback of metal. How did you feel about the negative wave?
Well, I mean, I get it because we got a lot of airplay and we were kind of in people's faces, and they were force fed, that band. And anytime you're force fed something, you rebel against it. So it was an easy target to fucking hate on it.
Yeah.
Because it was constantly being played. I mean, we were really fortunate. We had some success, and so we were in people's faces a lot. And so I always understood it. And that, you know, I rolled with it pretty good. I mean, we got hated on a lot, but we also got to experience a lot of great things. So you take the bad with the good, and you just learn from it. But I was always like, if you're going to dog it, at least be creative so we can be entertained.
Yeah, right.
Like, don't just say, well, they suck. Well, that's great. You really reach for the fucking middle. You know what I mean? Thanks.
You're really feeding on the bottom on that one. Yeah.
Good. Well, fuck you. You showed us, man. Fuck. I guess we'll stop.
Yeah,
I guess
right.
we'll stop sucking now. Yeah.
Well, look, and I don't think a Nickelback shot is even a shot. I mean, go to a Nickelback show. You have your choice of trim.
Dude, yeah, they sell out arenas and they have fucking smash hit songs, man. Like,
yeah, exactly.
what's there to why hate that? What, because
Yeah.
it's fucking good? Like what are you hating?
Right. And I mean, because I don't know. I mean, we just met tonight. I don't know the backstory. I mean, this is all new to me. I mean, what being a co-founder of the band, was it tough for you to walk away and branch out on your own?
No, because I had been a part of that for 14 years, and that's a long time. No matter how great or bad it is, it wears you out. And physically, I was wearing down. I had some back problems. I had to get a major back surgery, and now I'm fine. But it took a couple of years to heal from that. So I'd reached the end of fucking 196 beats per minute double bass, fucking for 2 hours a night. Like I'd reached the end for that. And it's a young man's game. I mean, you can't, basketball players retire because their bodies don't hold up anymore. That's just, that's how it was.
Yeah.
So now singing, and it's different. I don't have to fucking do that shredding double bass shit all the time. All I have to do is wear heavy boots.
Well, I suppose it had because it seemed like there was starting to be some turnover in the band too. Like Jason was gone. And the singer, problems with the singer, yada yada yada. So
yeah, it's I think they're doing good now. I don't talk to them much. I talk to Chris and I text back and forth sometimes. They're making a record, so we don't really kind of bother each other. They're doing their thing, I'm doing mine. I wish them well. I think they're doing good. They're out there kicking ass, and I'm sure they'll continue to do so.
Yep. Chris, amazing beard.
Serious beard, man. And you would think, God damn, that must stink, but it really doesn't. I was around him for fucking years, and the dude keeps the fucking maintenance pretty good,
For him.
I love that you would think it must stink, but it doesn't.
Well, I mean, Christ, it's this big. There's bound to be a burrito in there or something, man.
Yeah, it's like it's like you see somebody with dreads, like those things are gonna reek.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I almost have to fucking get in there close. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
All right, before we go, let's do this. First 3 Kiss records. Which one do you like? Kiss? Hotter Than Hell?
That's my favorite.
Or Dressed to Kill. Okay. What about the next 3?
Ooh, I'd have to go with Destroyer.
Common choice.
Yeah. I like it. Or Alive. I love Alive too. I mean, it was, even though it's not a live record, I love it. That's fucking awesome.
We're gonna have to when we reassemble for the next wave of Kiss, we will have to keep Jeremy on the
absolutely
get him, because we did, like I think I said earlier, we had Charlie Benante, Roy Mayorga, and Mike Portnoy and Eddie Trunk. So the 6 of us went through the first 3 records track by track. Put all the tracks against each other. So we did track 1 versus track 1 versus track 1, and we had to rank them. So they get a point scoring system. And at the end, we decide which album wins.
Which album
won? I can check because I have the scorecards.
I believe the first record won.
Let's see.
Even though I was pushing for Hotter Than Hell.
I love that record.
Come on, Strange Ways all the way. Oh God, it's
fucking
so
Going Blind.
Good.
That's so cool. Shit, man. I love that record.
All right, Strutter got to choose in room service. So this is the first 3 records.
Yeah.
Kiss won. Kiss at the end of this one, with the 6 of us. Kiss, the debut, had 132 points. Hotter Than Hell had 118. And Dressed to Kill had 110.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much in order. And then the next wave, what would you say was your next one? What was your favorite?
Out of the next 3, Destroyer would have been my favorite.
We had Rock and Roll Over had 129 points. Destroyer had 128 points. And Love Gun had 103.
Yeah, I didn't like Love Gun too much. I mean, I love the title track, but some of that was missing the boat for me. But I did like Rock and Roll Over a lot.
It's interesting when you go track by track, because now I'm looking at them again, because you go track by track and you go, oh, I love that record, but when you put the songs right next to each other and you have to pick one, it changes everything at that point. You're just
tough. Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. And you can't, you really can't do that with other bands. It only works for us Kiss nerds.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun though.
It's just a lot of fun. But yeah, we will definitely have you back when we revisit those. We may even we've been toying with a non-makeup one, so maybe we might that would be another one.
Cool.
That was
absolutely. Jeremy, why don't you give I'm gonna hit the Black Diamond outro music here. Why don't you let people know where they can get the record, where they can find you, where they can find the band, or records, I should say.
Oh, you can
records, yeah.
Yeah, you can get everything Psycho Synner related at psychosynner.com, and that's with a Y. Psychosynner.com. All the links are there.
Okay,
excellent.
Awesome. Well, Jeremy, thank you. It was great having you on, and congratulations. And we can try this again in a couple months when we've had a chance to listen to all 10 records in their entirety and get through them all.
Right?
Oh, thank you.
You know what? Maybe we'll start doing. We'll have you on and we'll start rating the records. We'll go track by track by track against Psycho Synner records.
If you think you can still have an audience after that, I'm totally down.
I love it. Hit up metaledgemag.com. The store is open. No podcast shirts yet, but we'll get there. Follow Paul at Paul Gargano on the Instagram and the Twitter, and of course Metal Edge Magazine on the Twitter. You can find me at Real Lizzie Presley all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and of course the show page for now on Facebook is at Another Effing Podcast. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget December 20th, the Listener Drunken Summit is happening, and you can catch the Smoking Kills December 3rd at the Mint in Los Angeles. My name is Izzy Presley. And we're going to go on Zoom a little bit after this. Don't you go changing.